In the upper left, in the red, his name for Team GP is Prince.
And on the bottom right-hand side, playing for the Rebellion, the Shopify Rebellion, it is Micro Jackson himself, Byun.
Byun now the second best player in the Shopify Rebellion after Hearthstone joined.
True. Very true. But we are indeed in a match with Prince, who actually blocked his gas slightly with his gateway there. I don't know. That can't be on purpose. Unless he's not planning on taking a second gas, which would be equally as insane. But regardless, I mean, that probe is going to a weird spot. So, yeah, perhaps I don't know what the heck he would be doing with only one gas, though. Nope, he's just checking for proxies. Never mind. Okay, anyways. Yeah, we are with Prince into a series, which means we are likely, as BeoMulf did say, to see a little bit of memery, as he is quite the trickster. He does like to do some pretty interesting builds. He's got quite a few up his sleeve, even going for a Zealot. First out of the gateway. It is not something that you see ever. So, oh, okay, never mind. It was simply to save him versus an eBay block, but he sees there's no eBay block, so he cancels it. Okay, never mind. The weirdness has not happened yet, but it might.
It's always interesting talking about these players, right? Where you're like, oh, players like Prince, like SOS, and you're saying, oh, well, okay, this is going to be weird. We expect this to be, and then the game goes normal, and you just spend the entire game casting, okay, he's got to have something up his sleeve. What's he doing? What's he doing? And then it's like, well, okay, it's a 2-gate blink opener into Colossus into a mid game, and the game goes as expected.
The way the buildings are placed, it's weird. This guy is weird. He plays weird. Trust me, guys. I swear that gateway is not to look. The gas mining guys they're moving a little bit too much. It's actually hurting him a little bit. This is not normal. And you just 2-gate blink, third base, Colossus, 30-minute game.
Meanwhile, Byun says, okay, well, if Prince is not providing the memes just yet, I will provide the memes of my own. That is a very quick concussive shell.
Yeah, that is not what you normally see. The factory follow-up as well is very quick. I wonder if it's going to be like a Marauder Hellion thing. That'd be really weird. The timing of the concussive is like super early for that. I wonder if it's actually a total trick out. Like, what if he's trying to fake a fast 3 racks, but then just goes right into factory afterwards? That'd be kind of crazy. As we were saying, though, Prince, being the guy that usually likes to do some memes, is actually, again, doing the totally normal thing. He's going 2-gate blink. I mean, he could technically be going DT, but that would feel really weird as he doesn't have his robo even. So I think the timing of that would just be really off. I think Prince did kind of scout something out to see some sort of aggression with these early Marauders, as he is putting that shield barrier down nice and quick. That'll keep him perfectly safe. And yeah, it's just going to be a Widowmine follow-up. It's going to be a total normal Widowmine drop follow-up. So I feel like this is Byun really trying to just screw with Prince as much as possible. Adepts don't really do that well versus Marauders, but again, once that shield battery is up, they won't have much of a problem. So Byun does need to hightail it out of there, tries to go in with the Reaper at the same time, but Prince is doing a very good job of deflecting everything here, as again, he's doing the totally normal. Even actually 3-gate robo, so he'll be going 3 gates. It's a little bit different than what most Protosses do now. They do try to go for that 2-gate with a super fast third base, but again, this fast Marauder thing might be kind of tripping him up a little bit, making him feel like he needs to be a little bit more defensive than he might normally need to be.
Yeah, this build from Byun is a Gumiho build. This is something that he was doing right as he came back from military, so middle of last year. He was doing it a lot. It killed Protoss for a little bit, and then it just kind of stopped killing Protoss. But what it is effectively, although as I say that in this game, Byun's taking a little bit different approach afterward. This is only 2 barracks, it's not 3. He is going to go for a Widowmine drop out of this. It's a good way to get into, it's just a different way really, to get into a lot of these standard expected Terran mid games, the 3-1-1 +1 stim combat, shield push, things like that. But you get concussive shell just a little bit earlier. Your army tends to be slightly smaller, but you have a little bit more map control early. If the Protoss wants to get aggressive with Adepts to try to make something happen, they'll just get tagged and die. Is now Byun actually is going to find a drop timing right as Prince moves out on the map. So how much damage does Byun get here into the natural? Widow Mines getting dropped on top of everything, but Prince has got a fairly, there we go. He's gonna be finally got a fairly nice pull. But now 2 Widow Mines are gonna go into the main base here at Starkest Warp In. Are the probes being pulled? Yes, he gets, wait, what?
They went into the gas. The second one only got 2 as well, so it was actually just not great at all. But the blink into the main base. Oh, it doesn't actually get the tank, which is a big problem here. It looks like Prince kind of dove on it a little bit to try to get it. We'll try to eventually get it at the end, but loses quite a few stalkers on the back end to get it. Not the greatest control on the other side of the map here. Did pretty decently at defending the Widow Mine drop, but unfortunately that little blink attack did not quite do it. It went down just in time. The probe gets the revenge kill at the very end for the death of its 8 brethren, but oh man, that is not what you're looking for.
Oh no, the Warp Prison.
Oh, I don't know what that move was trying to do. He was trying to like pick up that Marauder or something, but that'll be that.
Have you seen it was in the news a couple years ago, but there was a company that was making all-terrain segways, and then their CEO ran his off a cliff and died.
Oh yes, I remember hearing about that.
There were these 40-mile-per-hour track segways. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Laughing about someone's death is, not usually something that you do, but like come on, dude. Like, the irony of that is just insane. Can't believe it.
Actually, I think they're primarily made out of aluminum and steel. Maybe not much iron.
Nice, man. Anyway, can you put the Discord thing back up?
You lost it up? Oh, yeah, after every game. Okay. Because StarCraft closes itself for a second and then reopens, and you're welcome. You don't wait. You don't want to radio cast it?
I have done that before.
Yeah, but that's a different style of radio casting. That's casting based on whatever you can maybe hear, which is nothing.
I do that in my head sometimes when I'm like, I have like my computer on with like the sound going, and I'm like in the bathroom or something. I'm like taking a shower at the same time, and like I can hear the audio, and like I try to like envision what's happening in my brain with what the game is going on, and like I try to like commentate it in my head as what's happening. It's kind of like a fun mini game. And then I go in, then I look at the screen afterwards, and I see that it's like the exact map that I was envisioning it on in my head. I'm like, oh my god, I'm a genius.
Yes, I'm a genius with a capital J as this probe will go down. The grenade popping to kill it, but does not fly. And the probe's last wish. It's not exactly not allowed. No flight of the probes here.
We're seeing the exact same thing.
Yeah. So like
both.
The point is the point of this build, as far as I understand it, is yeah, you run across the Marauders across the map. Maybe you catch something, but really, it's to catch the Adept when it moves onto the other side of the map. You get it for free. You catch it really early in the shade, and then with 2 Marauders, you have the DPS to kill it off, and just the map control of the Protoss goes down. At least that's kind of what I've seen as far as I can tell. And it looks like
but even if you, if you let that happen though, it's like, oh, that's a nice little pro pick off. Even if you let that happen though, it's like that shouldn't happen. Like this shouldn't be this. This shouldn't be this happening. like that was simply Prince not paying attention to his Adept. Like if you're just paying attention to it, you see the Marauders and you can just shade back home and you don't actually lose it. So yeah, I don't know. I find this very interesting that Byun is doing the same exact thing 2 times in a row. I'm not sure the longevity. Like I want to see him do this versus like Trap or Zest or something. I want to see what happens there, because like this fast Widow Mine follow up is neat. But I feel like if you know that it's going to be doing that just a little bit later, you can just wait for it and then kill it, and then you're just like so far ahead because the Terran has invested so much into something that's not going to do that much at all. So I don't know. I think it's an interesting build, and I'm not quite sure what the game plan is if they to do it multiple times in a series. But Dark Shrine is follow up from Prince, so that is a bit of trickery, a little bit different from last game.
This maybe just be a designed build, right? A reaction to how Byun knows Prince wants to play or tends to play. So you get those Marauders early, and you have this really strong defensive skill, defensive utility. because we all know having concussive shell Marauders is skill, making them slow down. It's skill. It's not just an item or an upgrade that you have. But Prince actually is going to show up a little bit earlier. Oh, look at that power field. It's going to actually be able to warp in directly into the natural. How many scans does Byun have? He has one. He has two.
That sounds unfortunate. Unfortunate for Prince, although it does go in. Byun actually did not notice quite in time, but it's not going to matter too much, as it will just get 1 kill, 2 kills, but not 2 SCVs at least. Oh, we actually walked into the scan to kill that turret. That was kind of cool. So we'll deny that. Second scan goes down. We'll be able to save both of the Dark Templars, so that's good. They lose 1 or 2 DTs in total.
You lost 1.
Okay, not the worst thing in the world, considering that Byun was super prepared for it, as it will also delay mining on this nap for quite a bit. So, excuse me, all things considered, my favorite catchphrase, actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, thought that was actually going to go much, much worse. I thought there was going to be like an immediate surround on both the DTs before the Prism was able to get back in range, and they just all die, and it would have been just the worst thing ever. But actually, pretty decent damage considering, and I mean, keeping the Prism alive with the DTs is such an important part of it, right? Because it just keeps them back this whole time. It always has the threat of going back in, and DTs, if you leave them alone for just a little bit, they're going to completely destroy the mineral line. So keeping that alive is very important, and Prince will be able to just transition straight into that Colossus Blink transition. Did he just cancel Blink? Did I just say that correctly?
Well, there's no Blink on the way, so I didn't see it in the production tab. But if
he had it on, yeah, he had it up there. He canceled it. That's very interesting, actually. Prioritizing something else over that. He needs that gas for something else, it seems. I guess he just wanted for the extra Archons quickly, and then he's going to go into it. Interesting. Okay. Regardless, mid-game transition should go not too distracted here.
Yeah, the Archons, they drop in. They're not targeting the SCVs, which they kind of should. Instead, they're saying, oh, well, that's a Marauder. Maybe I'm going to kill that one. Nice micro, though, here for Prince, actually. Taking both of them rather low, and we're not seeing the Viking be pulled over until just now. So no real pressure on this Warp Prism for the moment. It will be able to find maybe yet another drop. And now the Vikings arrived, and that means this is most likely going to have to run on home. It's not. Oh, he's going to run in, and that's going to be a recall now.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Okay, it gets out.
That was going to be I was going to be very scared if he just let that die. That's the worst thing ever, when you accidentally go in a little too far, and then you have to run back away, and then you're like, oh, quick, let me just recall it, and then you're like, oh my god, my macro's too good, I don't have enough energy, no, my chrono boosts are perfect, and you just lose it because you can't actually recall it. Just Protoss problems, man.
I'm too good. I lost because I'm too good. The amount of times that I've heard people say that on ladder is incredible. But now you're telling me that there's some truth to it?
Yeah, that's the excuse you always got to make as a Protoss player. If you ever can't recall something, it's always because you're macroing too good. You're literally too good for your own sake.
I spent my money too well, so I don't have the money it requires. Or you're broke.
Exactly. Hype yourself up, Protosses. You can do it, don't worry. All right, what's the transition? Do we have a... Ooh, wow, that's super fast Ghost Academy. Okay, I was going to say, we're going to have some memes, because I have not seen a third CC in the production tab where the Byunner is over here, and he's going to be going for a very... Oh, there is a third CC. What? That is just... I mean, there's no recovering from that. That was literally terrible. There's a drop in the main base of Prince. That's more important, I guess. So that will get deflected. Not much gets done there, so... Nicely done by him. Yeah, there's literally, okay, so, yeah, as I was saying, there's a third base completed. It's going to be moving on over to that third base location out of Byun and going into that fast ghost transition as well to go for the EMP shockwave. Does know that it is Colossus at this point, so he's not doing that blindly and assuming there's going to be like a Templar switch or anything like that. Going into High Templar after a DT drop is extremely not common. So he really just does believe that going for Ghost is the correct call, because they are in fact quite strong. So we'll see if he's going to be going for some big push, or if he's actually just going to kind of sit it out and wait for Prince to perhaps do some sort of big push against him, because that's also a possibility if Prince does decide to want to do so. But he does have 6 gas, so I don't really expect that.
Yeah, well, you know, Gemini, I gotta say, You said you talked about the lack of a command center with so much confidence that if I had not seen the command center building a minute ago, I would have believed you. So, you know, points for the confidence. It really doesn't, again, the trick of casting, doesn't matter what you say, as long as you believe in it in your heart of hearts. And Prince...
It was so funny.
Prince,
I was
though...
so sure I didn't see that thing.
Yeah. Well, he's got something he believes in his heart of hearts here, and oh, this is not a good position. Prince is going to get caught in a choke here. There are 2 tanks here. Byun stimming on backwards. SCV's getting pulled to try to make sure that he wins this fight tremendously hard, and already all the zealots are going down. The Vikings kind of free firing, but they're not a lot of them, but EMP's blanket this army. This Archon force says no, no, no. And sure, 1 warp prism, 0 warp prisms actually. It will go down. Colossus go down. Everything goes down. Prince is caught in a choke, and he's dead. Byun, he moves on to the main event.